Hi soulmates, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Jenny. So today's video is the drafting of this beautiful corset. As you can see on the screen, it's called the overlay plunge v neckline, and I got my inspiration from Pafa. So if this interests you, don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video, and also thank you to my new and my returning subscribers. So let's get into it, guys. Welcome back again, soulmates. So guys, let's get into the drafting part. So you always know the first thing I like doing is to rule out my starting line like so. So just go ahead and rule out your starting line. Now divide your shoulder measurement by 2. Mine is 7.5. Then come down by ½ inch for the shoulder slope. Then from that shoulder slope, mark out your armhole length, which is your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. Mark out your bust points, your under bust, and also your half length, so you can see what I'm doing on the screen. Then from the half length, I'm going to come down by 7 to 8 inches, which is going to be for the hip area. So after that, so go ahead and rule out the lines. Then what you have at the shoulder, go ahead and place it on the chest line to get your armhole line. So I'm going to just label this: the bust point, the under bust, and the waist line. So now I'm going to divide my nipple to nipple by 2, which is 7 inches. They divided it by 2, which is 3.5. So this is what I'm placing on the lines. So just go ahead and divide yours by 2 and place it on the line, okay? The next thing to do now, since I'm bust 36, I'm going to be using 2 inches for the dart. So if your bust is above 36 inches, you can go ahead and use 2.5 to 3 inches, okay? So this depends on you, how you want to share it on the line. So for me, towards the center front, I marked 0.75, then towards the side 1.25. that is what you see me doing. So you can go ahead and mark 1 inch at both sides of the line if you wish to share it that way. So for me, I want the smaller parts to be at the center front area, okay? So just ignore this ½ inch I went down. Just connect from the bust point line down to the under bust, okay? Because this is a corset, it's not a bustier. So the next thing now to do is to go ahead and determine the neckline. So the neck width I used was 3 inches. Then the neck depth, you can use the basic neck depth, but I'm going to alter my neckline. So I came down by 4 inches. So went ahead to connect the neckline. Then also connect your shoulder slope like so. So after doing that, divide that shoulder slope area by 2 and get the midpoint. Now go ahead and connect it from the bust point like so up to that point where you divided by 2 at the shoulder area. So you can see what we are having now. So after doing that, guys, I'm going to measure the distance between my bust point to under bust, which is 3 inches. Then I'm going to place it on the bust point like this upward to get my upper chest line, okay? So after doing that, now I'm going to go in by 0.75. So normally when drafting a corset, we normally go in by 0.5, but this is going to have like a V neckline, okay? So I'm going to just go in by 0.75. Then on the bust point, go in by 0.5. Then towards the under bust, I went up by 1 inch. So you can see what I'm doing. You can just connect from the chest line like this. So this totally depends how open you want that part to be. So I want the sweetheart area to start from my chest line, as you can see what I'm doing. Then I connected it all the way to that 1 inch at the under bust. So you can go ahead and connect it up to the under bust depending how deep you want the V area to be, okay? So after doing that, now the next thing I'm going to do is to connect to get my cup like this from the under bust to the bust point to get that cup area. So after doing that, now at the upper chest line, I'm going to mark 1 inch at both sides of that line, as you can see what I'm doing. So just go ahead and mark 1 inch, but if you're a smaller size below 36, you can make use of 0.75 at both sides of the line, okay? Then the next thing I'm going to do is to take my body measurement. You can see the way I'm placing my tape. Measure what you have at that dart area from the center front to the dart, then go ahead and place it on the other dart leg. You can also do it this way. Place your bust divided by 4 on the chest line, then we place the darts you have at that part. Okay, so it's still going to give you the same result. Then after that, go ahead and divide your armhole length like this. Get the midpoint. Then from there you go in by 1/2 inch. So I'm going to just connect my armhole curve like this. Okay, so you can make use of your free hand if you wish to, but I'm going to make use of my pattern master. So after connecting, guys, you can see it's already taking shape. So the next thing now to do is to divide what you have from your original bust measurement. Okay, I'm going to place my under bust measurements. So go ahead and place your measurement the way you know how to do it best. Then on the waistline, I'm also going to divide my waist measurement by 4. My waist measurement is 29, so I divided it by 4. I placed what I have there. Okay, so mind you, there is no allowance on this pattern. Our allowance is going to be on our main fabric. Okay, then I went ahead to connect all the points. So at the bottom part of that paper, divide your hip measurement by 4. Okay, like so. Now go ahead and come down by 2 inches from the bust point to get the bust dart. So you can see what I did. So after that, now I'm going to just connect like this to the armhole. So just connect it this way from that dart to the armhole like this. Okay, so after connecting, guys, I went ahead to cut the bottom part. I didn't know it was not filming, so this is what I did. From the waistline, I went down by 5 inches. So that is how long I want the top to be. Okay, so you can add 5 to 6 inches from to your waist area. Okay, that means your top length is going to be around 21 to 22 inches. So that is how long your top area should be, because it's going to have a bony and this is a corset, so that you'll be able to sit properly. So after cutting, guys, I'm going to just close my bust dart. So always remember to close your bust dart. Okay, so the next thing to do now is to get the other side of the cup. Go ahead and place your nipple to nipple measurement by 2 from the midpoint between the center front and the side front, like so. Then add 1 inch to that. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. So that is how I got my cup. Any other way you can get your cup, go ahead and do that. So this is what I normally do. So guys, the next thing I'm going to do, because this is a 3-part corset, so I'm going to just come down at all the side by 2 inches. So at the center front 2 inches, at the middle 2 inches, then at the side 2 inches. Then I'm going to just connect it like this, so give me the upper side of the cup. So you can see that we have now the 3-part corset. Okay, so if you want yours to be 2-part corset, you can go ahead and leave it that way and ignore this part I did. So go ahead and measure what you have from the bust point to that V area. Okay, then I'm going to also mark out this shortage we have at the side. So for me, I'm not going to cut out the V area now. I'll be cutting it out later. So that is why I want to trace out my yoke. So by the time I cut out this pattern, it's going to affect the yoke. Okay, and you will not be able to use it anymore. So I have to trace out the yoke like so. So just watch what I'm doing. I'm trying to sew down this corset just like the way Pafa, which is Precious Apparel, did. So I'm trying to teach you guys the method she used in achieving that corset, as you can see at the beginning of this video. Okay, so this is the way you just need to do it. Go ahead and trace out the yoke area like this. So guys, after tracing it out now, I'm going to just use my marker to bring it out for you guys to see it clearly, because I can actually see it clearly. Okay, so I'm going to use my marker for you guys to see what I have here. So guys, this is what the yoke is looking like. So after getting the yoke now, the next thing is to add all your stitching allowance at all the areas of the yoke. Okay, so now go ahead and cut out this pattern. So after cutting, guys, you can see that the yoke was destroyed, so we'll not be able to use that yoke. That is the essence of tracing it out first. So after cutting, guys, this is the two-part corset. You can see the yoke. So if you are making a two-part corset, leave it this way. But me, I'm going to make a three-part corset, and that is why I have to cut this part at the top. Okay, I'm going to just hold this down with my tape to make them be at one part. After cutting, this is what we are having now. You can see, let's go ahead and draft out the back. So for the back, I'm going to also roll out my starting line. So the back is not as difficult as the front. So the next thing now, to go down by ½ inch, place your shoulder measurement divided by 2 as we did for the front. Then go down by ½ inch for shoulder slope and also your armhole length. Okay, so after doing this, guy, I'm going to place my half length. So remember, we have 2 inches bust dart at the front, so we are going to subtract the 2 inches from the front half length. So the front half length is 16.5, subtract 2 inches from it, then I got 14.5. So 14.5 is the half length for the back. Then go ahead and add that 5 inches we added at the front. Okay, so it's as easy as this. So after doing this, guys, the next thing is to connect the points together. Baby, you give me ice and fire. After connecting at the chest line, divide your bust measurement by 4 and place it there. Then for the neck width, it's still going to be the same as the front, which is 3 inches. Okay, connect your shoulder slope like this. So after doing this, guys, now for the neck depth for the back, I'm going to use 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to use 1 inch. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect it like this. After connecting, guys, now I'm going to subtract 2 inches from my back opening. Okay, so that is how opened I want the back to be. After stitching it, I'm going to have 4 inches at the back opening. Okay, so then go ahead and place your waist measurement divided by 4 on that part, which mine is 7.05. On the chest line, divide your bust measurement by 4, then mine is 9. So the next thing now to do is to get my hip line. Remember, I said at the waist area, add 7 to 8 inches to get the hip line. Okay, the hip line is not actually going to be needed, but is going to serve as a guide. So divide your hip measurement by 4 and place it on the hip line like that. Then after that, go ahead and connect it this way. So after connecting, to get your armhole length, to get your armhole curve, divide what you have at the armhole length like so to get the midpoint. Then after doing that, guys, I'm going to just connect this to get the armhole curve. So after connecting, guys, from the neck depth, I went down by 1 inch. And I'm going to just connect it like this. This actually depends on what you want at the yoke area for the back. Okay, so this is how I want the yoke to be. Now I'm going to just cut this out like so you can see what we are having. Then go ahead and cut it out. So guys, after cutting, this is what the back piece is having. You can see there is no dart at the back. I'm going to go ahead and place it on my fabric. So guys, these are my fabrics, and you can see I've added all the stitching allowance. So at the top of the front, please don't add any allowance. Even at the top of the back, don't add allowance at that part, okay? Because you are not stitching down anything, you are not turning with lining, you are just going to pipe it. At the center back, I didn't add any allowance, so I went ahead to cut out my corset mesh and also my skin net. As you can see, I use a black net to give me that illusion effect. So guys, we have come to the end of the part 1 of this video, so stay tuned for the part 2, which is going to be the stitching part. Okay, so turn on your notification bell so that when I post that video, you will be able to be notified. Don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, like and share this video. Bye, see you there.